Growing a YouTube channel from scratch is actually really simple. I got my YouTube channel monetized after just 10 weeks as a brand new YouTuber, and I even landed my first brand deal before my channel was even monetized. At the time I'm filming this video, I only have 28 long form videos on my YouTube channel, and yet I have over 70,000 subscribers. I've landed multiple 4-figure brand deals, and my YouTube channel consistently generates 4 figures a month just from my YouTube ad revenue alone. Everything I've achieved with this YouTube channel is because I've ignored the latest hacks for YouTube growth, and I've stuck to my own simple, straightforward, realistic method to grow my YouTube channel fast. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact strategies that I've used and continue to use to grow my YouTube channel. So I'll be sharing some tips to help you get more views on your videos, and then I'll show you exactly how to actually take these tips and implement them onto your own channel, and you can maximize your chances of being successful here on YouTube. As with all my videos, I'll link the timestamps in the description box below, so if there's a specific thing you need help with or a specific question that you need answered, feel free to skip ahead to that part of the video. But if you're a new or aspiring YouTuber who's just looking for an honest, straightforward method that works, I recommend watching this video from start to finish, maybe grabbing a notebook and a pen, because I don't gatekeep anything on this channel, and I'm going to be sharing a bunch of super valuable information that can be hard to find when you're just getting started. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about how to get views on your YouTube videos. I'm going to simplify the method that I use to get views on my own YouTube videos into 3 straightforward steps. So step 1, and this comes before you even upload your video. You need to identify what general niche your YouTube channel falls into. I had the whole concept of a niche super misunderstood when I first started on YouTube. I thought niching down meant picking super specific content to make videos about. So when I first started this YouTube channel, I only made videos about my Etsy digital product business. And it wasn't until I stepped out of that super specific focused niche that my channel really started to take off. So when you're picking your niche, you should definitely pick a niche that is more generic, and then identify 3 to 4 different content pillars that would fall within that niche. So for me, my general niche is making money online. My entire channel is dedicated to documenting my journey of making money online. So sometimes I post videos about my Etsy shop, sometimes I post videos about my YouTube channel, and sometimes I even feature different side hustle experiments on my channel as well. So having a generic niche with different reoccurring specific topics that fall under that niche, that's going to be an amazing way to structure the foundation of your channel. So this could look like starting a health and wellness channel, and then having recurring videos about nutrition, fitness, and maybe mental health. Or it could look like starting a personal finance channel and having recurring videos about paying off debt, investing, and budgeting. So regardless of whatever the general niche for your channel is, make sure that from the beginning you identify some different content pillars that you can integrate into your channel. Once you've got your niche and your content pillars locked down, you can move on to the second part of my method, which is making sure that you're prioritizing posting helpful content related to your niche. So I personally post a lot of step-by-step tutorials and guides on my own channel, but obviously this is going to look a little bit different depending on the exact topics that you talk about on your channel. Making helpful content doesn't always mean making a step-by-step tutorial. Sometimes it can look like just giving really helpful advice about something, or it can look like sharing and reflecting about your own experiences so others can learn from them. Sometimes this can be a little bit tricky to figure out if the theme of your channel is more so meant to be entertainment. There's still ways that you can integrate helpful content into your videos. If you want to post video game content, for example, maybe a couple times a month you could post a video that's titled "How I Beat X Level in X Video Game." Or if you want to start a vlog channel, make sure that you're answering specific questions that align with the sort of lifestyle that you're portraying on your vlogs. If one of your pillars on your vlog channel is fitness, then you could share workout routine videos. Or if one of the pillars on your vlog channel is planning and self-improvement, then you can share how you journal and set goals for yourself. Whatever your channel is about, just make sure that your videos help your audience accomplish a very specific goal. By this point, you should have written down the general niche for your channel, some different ideas for recurring content pillars, and also for each of those content pillars, go ahead and jot down some ideas that you have for helpful videos that you can make about those topics. If you need help figuring out exactly what content pillars might fall under your niche, I'll drop a link in the description box below this video to a super helpful article over on my website. That article has a bunch of great information and ideas related to different YouTube niches and the pillars that fall under them. By this point, the foundation of your successful YouTube channel is actually already built. So now we can move on to the third part of my method for maximizing your YouTube video views, which is testing your video ideas before you post them. Doing this is actually extremely simple. So I'm going to pull up my YouTube analytics. That way I can show you exactly what I do to test my own video ideas before I film and post my YouTube videos. So as you can see, we're behind the scenes of YouTube YouTube Studio right now, and I've selected the Analytics tab here on the left. Now from the Analytics, you actually want to go up here to the top and select Trends. Now, as you can see here at the top, it says Get Ideas for your next video, and you have the option to type something into search here. So for my own channel, here under the search bar, there's already recommendations from the YouTube algorithm for different video topics that I could talk about and different video styles that I could emulate on my channel. But these recommendations are based on my channel's niche and the different recurring content pillars that I have on my channel. So if you haven't posted any YouTube videos before, or if you have posted videos on your channel but your niche is different than mine, then the ideas that YouTube suggests are going to be a lot different for you. But for now, those suggestions don't really matter, because what we actually want to do is test our own ideas using the search feature. I know that a lot of new YouTubers want to make vlog style videos, so I'm going to type vlog into the search bar, but I want to be specific about exactly what kind of vlog I want to make. So I'm going to type in the word vlog, and I'm going to pair it with maybe a content pillar that I would have on my vlog channel. So for the sake of this example, I'll just type in fitness. All right, so here on my channel, it says that vlog fitness has very low interest, but don't let that scare you if you want to make a fitness vlog, because that just pertains to my own unique audience. Down here, you can see under top searches for this topic, whether or not these searches have high or low volume. And you don't want to make videos about topics that have low volume, because you're not going to get as many views on those videos. So out of these 3 videos, fitness motivation video is a good video to make a topic about. So when we're in the planning phase for a new video, we can go ahead and hit the heart button here, and that will save this to our video ideas. And that way we can curate a list of video ideas that have the highest potential to garner the maximum amount of views. So if I want to accumulate more good ideas, all I have to do is click this show all button here, and then I can go ahead and heart all of the videos that align with my own interests and that have a medium and high volume of searches. We also want to pay attention to this section down here where it says what people are watching, and there's 2 things that I want you to look out for. So first and foremost is the thumbnail style. We can see that all of these thumbnail styles have something in common. There are multiple pictures shown of these people from multiple different angles, and then these 2 thumbnails show an aesthetic picture of food. So definitely take inspiration from the high performing thumbnail examples that pop up here and try to sort of emulate that style on your own content. And the next part that I want you to pay attention to relates to that foundational piece of advice that I gave you about making helpful content. So these 2 videos here with the highest number of views, their video titles essentially give their viewers a promise. So they promise to share their gym and fitness routines. They promise to share what they eat. By showing pictures of their body at different angles in the thumbnail, that communicates to their audience that they achieved the goal of having this body type by practicing the same fitness routines and eating the same diets that they're going to be talking about in these videos. So when you're doing this research on your own, take note of the patterns that you notice and use this as inspiration to curate high performing video thumbnails and titles. This research method of actually testing your video concepts before you make your videos is exactly what I do to maximize the performance of each and every one of my videos. And now that you know exactly how to do the behind the scenes research, I'll show you the actual planning method that I use to plan my videos. This is what actually helps me take this strategy and put it into action. Okay, so I've got my YouTube channel planner actually pulled up in Notion. I used to have a really hard time finishing my videos because if my process would get interrupted, I would forget all of the details about the research that I was doing about that video topic. So I made this just to streamline everything, and it makes my entire process 1,000 times easier. So first and foremost, with the task tracker, in reference to whatever specific project I'm working on that week, this just makes it really easy to see exactly what tasks I have done for that project. So for example, I'm filming a YouTube growth video this week that I want to publish next week. So you can see here on the status section that it's in progress. So before, I used to just have in my mind, oh, I need to finish this video about whatever the topic was. But now I make sure that I differentiate every individual task so I can guarantee that the quality of my video is going to be maximized. So this tasks section is more like my to-do list, which really can vary from project to project. But the important part really is this content planner, and that's really where the consistent strategic planning comes in. So when I'm doing that research process that I just showed you, whenever a particular video idea sparks my interest, I can select new post here, and then I can jot down my video idea. So let's say my next video idea is day in the life as a YouTuber. And again, as I'm doing this, I have my YouTube Trends tab open and I'm validating in real time that this idea is going to be one that's going to get a lot of views for my niche. So again, this is still in the idea phase, so I can keep the status. Let's say that I want to post this on October 1st, so I'll select October 1st. And then for the content type, this would be a long form YouTube video, so I'll just select video. Now here, I already have the entire content planning details written. So I can write down my title ideas based on the high performing titles that I saw in YouTube Trends. I've got a space for my keyword research, which I didn't talk too much about in this video, but if you want me to make a more in-depth video about my process for this, then I definitely can. Just let me know in the comments. And then I also have a place where I can drop the outline for my video, the call to action, and then I can also drop links to the thumbnails that I've created or thumbnail styles that inspire me. So when it comes time to actually film and post my video, I've got all the ingredients right here to make sure that my video performance is maximized. I plan all of my videos this way. So even this video here that I'm filming now, if I select edit, then you can see the title ideas that I have for the video. I've got my script or outline pulled up here and just all the details about the video that I need. And the thing that's super helpful for me just with the way that my brain works is this status part here. So I can see exactly what phase the video is in. So if I leave a project alone, I can come back to it and I can know, okay, I need to finish planning this video, or this video is already planned and it's ready to be filmed, or whatever it is. Down here for the monthly posting schedule, I can look at it in a calendar view, and that helps me kind of figure out exactly what I need to prioritize when it comes to these tasks that I have here in my task tracker. I talked about this planner that I made in a recent vlog, and I got a few comments from people who also wanted to use it to plan their own content. So I'll drop a link to this planner in the description box below this video, so if you want to use it, you can. But regardless of if you want to use this planner or if you kind of want to create a system for yourself, I highly recommend making sure that you have a consistent system for your content creation. That way you can actually successfully implement all of the strategies that I've shown you in this video. Now, when it comes to quickly growing your subscriber count on YouTube, I've got a video over on my channel where I talk about my monetization journey. In that video, I actually show you the history of my channel analytics and my subscriber growth, and I reveal all of the things that I've done to grow my audience as quickly as possible here on YouTube and how you can apply those strategies to your own channel. Make sure you give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my videos that help you grow on YouTube. All of my videos are inspired by the questions that I get in the comments, so feel free to drop a comment if there's anything you need help with or if there's any questions that you have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.